안녕하세요. My name is Matthew Newkirk and I am an artist and academic from Brisbane, Australia. My art practice and research speak of the power of the visual image in contemporary society and its ability to mediate our perceptions of news, commerce, and social relations. The influence that the visual image has on today's society is all-encompassing. Images mediate our decision-making and choices tens of thousands of times a day through advertising, the internet, and printed material. With the advent of new technologies and mediums such as smartphones, social media platforms, and large-scale LED billboards, the effectiveness of the visual image's influence is inescapable. This understanding of the strength that the image has in conveying a message is often used by those in positions of power, such as politicians, media organizations, and large-scale corporate entities. By identifying the techniques and mechanisms used by those who are most successful in putting forward their agenda through the use of visual imagery, I'm able to utilize the very same techniques in my art practice in order to critique or comment with the same weight, strength, and effectiveness. The power that art has to influence and affect change should not be overlooked. Through my work, I encourage people to question the sources, strategies, and agendas of those delivering the information and aim to initiate critical dialogue and conversations. Korea's visual landscape is very well suited to my art practice and research. For an artist from Australia, there are times when I'm presented with an almost overwhelming amount of visual information. The delivery of this information becomes even more exaggerated at night. LED, neon, and printed material is on hand in every direction, and its influence on my work here at Hongti seemed inevitable. My exhibition, Sleepless Nights, is a collection of work that responds to my experiences in Korea and reflects the visually heavy landscape that is Busan at night. I've appropriated and recontextualized imagery taken from my explorations on the streets so that at once they are familiar to the audience, but are delivered in a way that invites discussion and new perspectives. Sleepless Nights showcases Korean visual symbols that have been saturated or commonplace and breathes new life into these icons with an outsider's eye. Tall man is a phrase that I hear regularly in my travels in Korea, particularly when I'm exploring traditional marketplaces. The Tall Man Club is a light-hearted and absurd vehicle that's allowed me to play with logos, fonts, and imagery that's commonplace throughout Korea and Busan. By using the same fonts and logos as legitimate businesses, I'm able to create an association that carries the same strength and weight in order to promote my fictional nightclub. The same concept was used to create the nightclub flyers scattered on the gallery floor. By emulating the same colors, fonts, and layouts as the real flyers that I've collected, I force the audience to double-take and question the legitimacy of the content of these flyers, and in turn, the content of all the other visual messages that they come across. The two video works, titled Blue Collar Rhythms and Information Loop, are reflections and observations in Busan after dark. Both are abstract, non-linear works that draw from uniquely Korean graphic imagery. Information Loop suggests that messages can be lost or confused within this deluge of visual information, and Blue Collar Rhythms speaks about the sounds and the working class culture that surrounds Hongti Art Center. Sleepless Nights' feature piece, Celestial Guardian of Insomnia and Nightclubs, drew inspiration from the hwawan that are visible on almost every street downtown. While hwawan is an object rather than an image, it operates in exactly the same way. It's a visual signifier. So I approached the creation of this sculptural piece with the same processes that I used to create the visual images in my video work and stills. Take a visual symbol or image, manipulate it, and then reintroduce it to the audience in order to stimulate critical discussion and to discover and consider new contexts. While I've visited Korea many times in the past, this journey has definitely been the most challenging. It's one thing to travel through a country and to see its sights and experience its culture, and another thing altogether to analyze and contextualize and then create a significant body of work at the same time. My experience during my residency at Hongti has sharpened my perception, allowed me to develop my skills and my research, and it's presented me with lifelong friends and colleagues. I'm honoured and grateful for this opportunity, and I recognise that it's informed and influenced the trajectory of my research and art practice for the better. It's been an absolute privilege to work amongst other creative professionals operating at such a high standard in a country whose culture and landscape I truly love. Thank you.